Hi there, my name's Noreen Smith and I'm a Creative Memories advisor from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I'm back today with another simple to simply fabulous layout idea. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a very simple layout using the beautiful Art Nouveau papers, some stickers, and the mandala burst punch. And then we're going to use those same materials plus a little extras, but some different techniques to turn that layout into something absolutely fabulous. So I've chosen two papers from the Art Nouveau paper pack. Fantastic floral here with very, very detailed and decorative designs on it. And then I've chosen a more tone-on-tone type of paper for my background. I'm going to be using some of the stickers later for the title and embellishments, and we're really going to make the new Mandala Burst decorative border punch our workhorse here. So first of all, decide which is your base paper and which is your main paper, and we're going to punch 2 rows of the mandala bursts, one on either end of the paper. So you can start with the paper in this way or this way, and you're going to line up the end of the paper with one of these black markings on the front, and then just simply use the picture on the base plate as your next guide. So you can see how the picture on the base plate matches up with the design that I've punched. Then I'm ready to go. I always like to hold the rest of the paper along the back edge of the punch so that I get a nice clean border. Just a couple more here. All right, so that's one edge punch, and I think you can see how fantastic that's going to look. Now we're going to turn it over and punch the opposite side. Again, line up the edge of the paper with one of the black marks on the front and punch. Now we could just simply place this onto our page and it would be quite attractive that way, but we're actually going to cut it in half and we're going to arrange the pieces in a little bit of an unusual and interesting way. So I'm going to place one of the edges of my punched shapes here at the 5-inch mark on the trimmer and just slice down through it. That's the only cutting we need to do here. Then we're going to turn these around so that the straight edges match up with the edges of our base page. And it creates a whole other sort of decorative design. Now I have room for a couple of 4x4 photos. I'm just using some white cardstock to indicate that. And a couple of 3x3-inch photos. And I like to just sort of line them up so that the space between them is pretty much the same. Then we could take some of our stickers here, just create maybe a little cluster, and then add our stickers right in between our decorative borders and basically lined up with the spacing between our photos. We could add some journaling down here or even write it right on the base page. And that's going to create our super fast, really beautiful but simple scrapbook page. So I've taken our simple layout apart. I've got my little photo spots and my little embellishment cluster here, my base page, and I'm going to actually start fresh with another piece of that same beautiful floral paper. Now we're going to take it to Simply Fabulous. We're still going to use our mandala punch for this, but we're also going to add some of the beautiful Art Nouveau laser cut embellishments at the end. And we're going to also need our 13x13-inch cutting mat. This is going to be just to make a couple of quick markings on our paper. You could also do this with just a ruler and pencil, but this makes it super fast. So we're going to flip over our paper that we're going to cut with the mandala border punch to the wrong side, and we're going to take a ruler and mark a line straight down the middle vertically and straight down the middle horizontally. Now this is quite a dark piece of paper on the back, or dark design. So I don't know if you can see the pencil lines, but I can see them, and we're only going to be using them as a guide for our first punch. So basically, instead of creating 2 punches, we're going to punch all the way around this particular paper. So to do that and have a nice even border, we have to make a few changes in the way we punch. So again, if you can see that pencil line, that's where we're going to start. We're going to turn our mandala burst punch upside down, and we're going to line it up with that pencil line. I hope you can see that. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, so we're going to make our first punch there. All right, now we can go ahead and punch one more time on either side of that punch. So we'll just slide it in, match up our punched shape with the image on the base plate, punch, then match it with the opposite side and punch. So basically we're going to be punching 3 times on each side. So we'll start in the center, line up that pencil mark, punch, and then 2 more on each side. So now that we've made 3 punches along each edge, nice and centered, we've got these funny sort of square corners. We're going to have to trim those off a little bit so that we can get our punch in to complete our design. You can see that if I tried to punch this right now, it wouldn't work. We're going to get our 12-inch trimmer again, and we're going to put the point of each of these squares along our 45-inch marked line on the base plate of the trimmer, and we're going to make the point go to the 1 1/4 inch mark. So we'll just slide it in here, line it up with the 45-degree-inch mark, and then you can see that there's the 1 1/4 inch mark. So where the 1 1/4 inch mark and the 45-degree-inch mark meet, that's where we're going to place our point and then just cut. So 45 degrees and 1 1/4. And do that to all 4. And then you're going to see the magic that it creates for us to be able to finish off this beautiful, decorative, simply fabulous shape. Okay, so I've cut each of those corners on a 45-degree angle, and now when I go in with my my mandala burst punch, you can see that if I place this cut edge along the back of the punch, I'm going to get a really nice clean cut. I also just want to kind of center it as much as I can. I'm just eyeballing it really, and then I will punch, and then you can see that you have a beautiful continuous edge. So let's just go ahead, line that up at the back of the punch and center it as best you can. And so we're left with this lovely square that has the borders punched all the way around it. And I think you can see that if we placed it right on top of our base page, of course that would be absolutely lovely. Either side. I really like this side in particular, but I think this side shows more contrast. But what I really want to do is really kind of mimic the layout that we had before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this square in between the first and second mandalas with my 12-inch trimmer so that I have two pieces. And now I can place those two pieces very much like I did the my first two pieces of paper. I still have room for my 4-inch squares and my 3-inch squares that just represent my photos, okay? And then I can place my title in the center, but I really think that I want to add some more to my title here, some of these gorgeous floral embellishments, etc. So I'm going to play around with that, and I'll show you the finished Simply Fabulous layout at the very end here. So I hope you give that a try and use your mandala burst punch for both simple and Simply Fabulous layouts. Thanks very much for joining me. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.